off, no kizzy. I just stubbed my toe in the most sensitive area. That's crazy. Like right at the tip of the toe.
Piece by piece, I place the pieces.
Agario again, really for a couple different reasons. And I'm going to break it all down for you because the last video about Agario, it was really mainly focusing on just the surface and some of the gameplay. As I said in the last video, there's a lot of content in this thing, and one video is not going to be able to cover it all. I'm still not even really going to be able to dive fully into it right now. I just want to show you one of the craziest comebacks that you're ever going to witness in the history of Agario. I'm telling you, like, just set your alarm clock for like 16 minutes and hunker down, grab your blankie, grab your overburnt popcorn, and we're going to talk about it. And you're going to see what I'm talking about because this is going to inspire you. Like, for real. No, because like, when I tell you I was completely down and out, I was down to the last hairs on my chinny chin chin. And I'm like, yo, I'm basically running around the perimeter of the arena trying to scoop up little fish flakes and grow as fast as possible without interacting any big players, because I'm just thinking in the back of my head like somebody the size of a potato could swallow me up right now and it's over with. And I'm going for longevity because I know the longer I survive, it's like inevitably I'm gonna get bigger and bigger. I just need to avoid the players that's going to be able to swallow me, like, instantly. Because my screen is only so big, so I can only see them coming from this amount of distance, and that's it. So I'm really, like, just trying to skirt around the perimeter and not, like, buck into anybody. And, like, as soon as I'm big enough, I also, like, try to start eating the little green spiky viruses things so that I could, after a certain time, absorb their mass as well and get bigger a little bit quicker. But that's so risky because at the end of the day, like, the virus blows you up. So while you're waiting to, like, form back into your from your pieces into a whole again, that's like, what, like 30 seconds or something. And you're in pieces the whole time. The virus blows you up into like 16 different pieces. So you got to find a little corner, or you got to, like, kind of duck off and try to be as safe as possible in an arena with, like, 100 people or, like, 50 people. And, like, just hope that nobody finds you in the 30 seconds while you're in pieces and until you form back. But the other thing with the viruses, they blow you up, one, but you can also feed into them, and they will kind of, like, shoot off into the direction you're feeding. And sometimes, like, if you angle it and aim it right, you can shoot a virus into another player and blow them up instead of you getting blown up. And that's also risky as well, but it's not as bad because you're not the one getting blown up. The only thing you're risking is the amount of mass that you use to feed into the virus. And if you have a good amount of mass, or you're starting to grow, then it's not that big of a risk, because especially if you're good at aiming and you blow somebody up, they're now in 16 pieces and you could potentially get all of their mass because they're now in, like, bite-sized pieces. So, like, right here, this is wild. So right here, Pinky is hovering, is like threatening to swallow my teammate right now, the big green hunter, that, like, the homie, you feel me, from I started my journey 5 minutes ago, it was him. It was just me and him. And look, now I'm on my own because Pinky swallowed him, and I think he was trying to avoid that virus to my right, why he died. Or maybe, like, Pinky also had a teammate that made him, like, big enough to swallow my little green hunter friend or big hunter friend. But now I'm basically doing what I was describing, where I'm, like, just trying to go around the perimeter and eat the little fish flakes because it's dangerous. Like, so now I'm really down to less than triple digits. I don't even have 100 mass to my name right now. I'm, like, not even a lot bigger than the fish flakes. Like, I can't even run over a virus right now and like blow myself up and like wait to like gain some like I can't do nothing right now except like avoid the bigger people and like try to like if somebody maybe just spawned, maybe I can like swallow them like I ate the turtle right there. But it's rare, one, and two, because I'm so small myself, just splitting once and eating somebody is also a risk. Even though I gain mass, I'm split and it still takes a little bit of time for me to like form back into my whole self, my whole body. So right now, like it's a whole mental warfare as well. And this is why I was telling you, like, this is like one of the greatest comeback stories of all time that you ever gonna see in Agario. Because one, like I'm battling mentally like what my strategy should be, if I should go more risky and like risk it to like gain mass faster, or if I should kind of like go slower, be safe, and like just eat the fish flakes. But I kind of started to find people that are a little bit in my mass range here and try to team with them, but I accidentally ate my team. He got too close and I accidentally. So it was crazy because I didn't try to. He accidentally, he just got eaten. And I tried to look for him back, but it's such a big arena that it's like the chances of finding him, I might as well just move on to something else. So I'm a little bit chunkier now. Like I'm at like almost 800 now. So I'm like seeing a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm like, maybe I can actually make this comeback. Like maybe I can, maybe I can actually like turn it around, because my teammate died with all of our mass and my smaller teammate died on accident when we was just getting started, and now a fly on the wall is trying to swallow me. So like what's going on? Like I gotta be like fighting enemies on all sides.
Doctor said it'll probably be a problem till I'm falling. Forgive me if I'm bitter, but at least I'm not starving.
Now, all the intellectuals out there may be asking themselves, K4, Carabam, Rab, Crab, whatever you want to call me, how did you actually manage to do this incredible feat of skill and prowess? You're talking about the greatest comeback in Agario of all time, 2023. How did you do it? We want to be great too. We want to walk in that Hall of Fame and get our names etched in the Hollywood star on the sidewalk that people walk over with gum on their shoes every day. And when they eventually realize, they scrape it off at the right tip of your star. I digress. You have to do what it takes. And what it takes is what I'm doing. And what did I do? Well, I'm about to tell you. I grinded. I put in the work. I got the experience. And what did that get me? Well, it got me veteran strats. What are veteran strats? Well, the main one for veteran strats is strategies, moves, and quick mats that you use to get ahead of the game, to be not a regular player anymore, to be a veteran, and to climb that leaderboard and have your name etched in that Hollywood star in the sidewalk with a piece of gum to the right. So what's some of the veteran strats that I use to elevate my prowess? Well, the first one is split running. The main one is split running, I should say. So the way that you split run is kind of self-explanatory in the name, but not exactly, so I'm gonna break it down. You split to go faster when you're traveling, when you're trying to get away from an enemy, when you're trying to get closer to an enemy to eat them, all types of stuff. Split running just makes you faster with movement, and it requires two people, which is another reason in my first video I was saying that like the meta is to team up with somebody that knows what they're doing. And what I meant by knowing what they're doing is they know how to split run, basically. So what you want to do is, so the main thing with this strategy is aiming and timing, because you're in an arena where there's always a bigger fish, you have to still be careful even though there's two of you. Because there could be one person that is bigger than both of you combined. A lot of times there is that one person or that one team that's like way bigger than you. So the reason why it requires two people is because you are going to be splitting into your teammates' smaller pieces in the direction that you want to go. So instead of just traveling by sliding normally at normal speed, when you split, you're faster. So if you split into your teammates' smaller piece into the direction that you want to go, you're going to be moving in that direction faster, as well as because you're splitting into their piece, you're still conserving your mass, or your mass in total, both of your mass together. You are splitting, so your mass is now in half, but you split into your teammates' mass. So collectively, together, you still have kept that original size. It's just transferred, instead of one big piece, it's transferred into two smaller pieces. But because you ate your teammate's small piece, that not only protects them because their small piece isn't exposed for some random to eat it and gain mass and try to eat y'all. So they're no longer exposed, but on top of that, you get that mass, so it is kept in the team. It's kept in the family, if you will. And that keeps both of you safe. So that is like the basics of split running. And it really has levels to it because, and you're going to see it while I'm describing it because I do it all throughout the video, especially like closer to my second and third team that I team with, people that I team with. So just look out for that. But it really depends on how good they are because it has levels to it. So you can split run slowly and you can split run fast. And if they don't know how to do it fast, you doing it fast is just going to throw them off and get y'all both eaten. So you might as well just slow it down and keep it at the pace that they're comfortable with, that both of you are comfortable with. So you're going to see me like going kind of slow in my split runs in the teams that I do it with because I kind of realized that they wouldn't be able to keep up. Another strategy is baiting. So because you can feed by spitting out your mass into whatever direction, you can bait people with that feed, with that food that you spit out. Because people are greedy and they see a bunch of free mass on the floor, they're going to run and try to eat it. So you can bait people and like spit out a bunch of mass. Let's say you're a big cell and you're a lot slower than like a medium-sized guy that you want to eat. You can bait them. Since you can't run them down because you're much slower, the bigger you are, the slower you are. You can bait them instead and spit food out. And a lot of times they will come closer because they want to like grab the mass real quick and then split and dash out. And right before they get that chance, you just split, you just eat them, and that's a bait. Another strategy is using the virus, like what I was talking about earlier. You can aim that and shoot that and blow people up. But like there's levels to it. So a common theme with this game is like the difficulty level. It's easy to start, but it's like hard to master. So there's levels to a lot of different things and strategies, especially when you start talking about like meta, the best strategy to take over the leaderboard and like what's gonna get you the biggest fastest. When you start talking about like efficient methods and like how to take over quick, definitely gonna get into the territory of different levels to it and what you can and can't do by yourself and what you can and can't do as a team. But another strategy is using the virus to blow people up. And it's a veteran strat because if the person's really big, blowing them up may not take them out for good. Like, their pieces they could be so big that even though they're now blown up into 16 pieces, 1/16 of them could still be like 5 times bigger than you in total. So it's always a risk. The bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. And at the end, I took the ultimate risk. I got a lot of reward. I got to team up with like 3 different great players, and I'm better for it. Thanks for watching.